So that's very important too in reference to history of crimes of illegal weaponry that dirty government has been using in reference to them lasering and microwaving people in America and them covering it up and then accusating against a person's physical body movements in reference to their government agents torturing or lasering or damaging people's teeth to slander their character as their attempts of slaughtering or murdering Americans. Their activities of their government agency is outlawed. The activity of their satellite mutilations and satellite crimes, of them spying and microwaving and setting people on fire with microwaves, their government agents need to get prosecuted for their illegal activities of America with their crimes of their racism and hatred and jealousy and their fatal attraction of them spying on people and damaging and mutilating people's looks and faces and teeth, and their activity of them spying on people, trying to treat people like lab rats, and their violations of them sexually assaulting or physically assaulting people, and their activity of trying to steal my identity, these people trying to steal my mother and father's estates. And don't forget, my mother and father are historic individuals of America, too, and so are my grandparents. Any government may want to doubt that? And in reference to dirty government that tried to challenge my identity, those Supreme Court documents from when I was a little boy, when I was in court, and my mother and father was in court against the government and the political criminals that tried to steal my mother and father's estates, those court cases have to be reopened. There's some other countries that have records of those court cases, and Asia and Europe has records of those, and the Supreme Court has documentation of those court cases against the dirty government and their branches of government, of which people had been stealing from my parents. These people had done this to my father, stealing from my father, and they were forcing my father to have to run around all over the country to track down which people was stealing. Those government agents, their names and fingerprints and their identity of whoever they are must be presented. It must get presented into court in reference to their crimes and their illegal satellite microwaves of them setting people on fire, with their microwaves, burning people, agitating people, harassing people, and their people trying to steal my mother and father's estates, these people trying to block me from me living my life because these people are obsessed with their psychoism of stalking me. These people have to get charged with their fatal attraction crimes of their government agents trying to steal billions of dollars of my mother and father's estates. Those government agents and the due process and the process of law and media facts, the fact that they have not done media stories on this is propaganda crimes. And I guess people in the media need to get fired from their positions for conspiring against my ownership of my mother and father's companies. Some people can get arrested too, I guess, in reference to being individuals that are conspiring with political parties. There are laws in America that say the government is not allowed to control the media. So in reference to whatever political former president or former governor or mayor of whatever branch of government is illegally blocking information about who I am and who my parents are and the fact of who I am in reference to my Hollywood career and celebrity A status, Hollywood A-list status. These government people and their conspirators that illegally infiltrated media companies as they were trying to persuade or they were trying to cover up their abuses with their political parties trying to steal America. That is treason. And all the individuals that are playing these tricks must get prosecuted for their crimes. They're in violation of propaganda and instigating, and their activity of harassment and financial theft and discrimination. them physically assaulting me, them terrorizing my anatomy, them burning my tailbone, them burning my teeth with their satellite microwaves or satellite surveillance, or their activity of physically assaulting me, their agents must get prosecuted. There are Treasury documents that say government people do not have a right ever touching me no matter what. Or anybody conspiring with government thieves or government political parties. That's what it fucking says, and that's what it means. And all those government agents need to show up in court for their crimes.